area to hold here. They can't really afford to go for a 2-2 split between the buildings because they don't have that fourth player. So I think for Galaxy, it might be tough, especially with this becoming quite a prominent area of the map.
On the north side, AGAL still playing it slow as Four Thrives continue to sweep on the western edge. RRQ potentially next up on the menu for them. And AGL may actually crunch in from the northern side on it, but Aurora now spanning the south expanses of this field to potentially be a stopper for this rotation. A split up as well. There are open angles for Aurora to try and exploit, but it looks like
The game. Yes, about 5 of them came through very early on, but they were pretty steady with it. That does make things a little bit harder. Now, for GK, come on, guys. I think now is about the time to regroup. This is becoming a little silly now. It's very, very greedy. Very, very greedy. Quarry's still in play. Down towards that south side. I do like the Talk's position off the back of that one. They can play up towards the hillside if they want to, coming out on that eastern edge. Furia as well is getting fairly silent. Down towards that southeast edge, there's a big ridge side that runs through there. Four Thrives, though, they're wrapping back. They are wrapping back, and Furia might have something to say about this.
Playing stopper on some of the quarry mouth buildings, but I think Four Thrives, I mean, they came from this area, they can have a little bit of info, but Thundertalk's presence might be an unknown quantity for them. They're sending...
I think GK can probably get away with this one. It's just you pick one or the other. We're late into the game. There isn't a huge amount of fantastic compounds left anymore, and GK's trying to hold Pubg.
Well, not anymore. Orangutan have actually taken that eastern point now. So, central locations are taken by GK, Orangutan, and Four Thrives. The South Hill, the most open, potentially the most vulnerable, but also potentially the most profitable in terms of point scoring capability. Out, trying to wend their way on through. Looks like it's plenty messy on the east, though, as Goat are stopping AGAL.
For all gamers, they have had a slow approach to this game. They've been in the blue arcade by the north. You're going to bang straight into Ulf. So I think for all gamers, it has just been a very slow game, which has led to little information. They're going to have to bank on having some strong gameplay going forward to try and cut a hole in the side of this circle.
Those assists. And no nades are really connecting here, Black. Okay, there they connect.
Yeah, it's been a lot of explosions, not a lot of knocks coming through. Yeah, sure. Yeah, for gamers, they headed down over towards that high ground, only to find themselves up against Four Thrives. Funnily enough, after all these nades are spent and done, it's actually the M4 that does the most damage through these windows. Oh, finally, we find that two back-to-back going through QXZ as well as Hoxie. Okay, take it back. I take it back, guys. All right, didn't mean it. I did not mean it.
Enigma Galaxy didn't manage to get in for a third party in time. In the meantime, on the southeast side, well, we're on board with AGAL there, but further out, you've still got Four Thrives suppressing Fury and Goat, forcing them into a fight with one another. You can see they're popping up in the Elim feed. Silence is going to fall.
Behind the tree, looking at skill. Very, very smart player overall, though.
Cypher's getting stuck in, just going toe-to-toe with Chief. This is dangerous. There are nades in hand. Cypher wants to go barrel to barrel, though, and it looks like they're going to hop through. Genfoss able to snap that Elim back, though, and will leave Cypher out in the open with a nade. With 3 players from RFQ bearing down upon him, the backup is not quite there from the rest of his team. He needs some oversight, he needs some assistance, but it's not there in time, and they have to deal with Aurora on the backlines.
Oh, T24 is quite low there. Took a bit of a take from the blue. No more shots. Malak hits the deck, but from underneath finds it. There is a quick clap back here coming through from IQ, but it's not enough. As more thrives are falling underneath the presence of RRQ. They come in from the sidelines as third party, and fear.
That was this compound to this third-party engagement. There was so much going on there, and Aurora, the duo from Zeol on top, forced them to stay in that third-party position. They didn't want to push back up. They might have had a better time of it, though, to be honest, because nobody from down below was going to push them. Cypher had overcommitted, and they just weren't quite able to gain that momentum back. 4 elims, not that many placements. That's not how you want to try and convert. And when you look at DK's position, they are going to be able to catch you up as well as D1 KRX.
It's a good buff for them. It's a good buff for them. 23 points right now. So far, it's decent over 2 matches. You're looking at roughly 11.5, right? They're a little bit old Baron with that M4, who has been so goddamn deadly today with so far. Instantaneously trying to re-knock over towards Kike. In the meantime, the flash as well as OG and Tanky with a 360. It's not quite enough to keep him alive there. The flash will hold out.
Just a moment longer on the south side. In the meantime, Thunder Talk trying to keep themselves together, but 2 players now left standing, as well as X-Force rejects bearing down upon them. RRQ are going to fall. Okay, Aurora. Zeol on top, still going. Blank, they've been a real thorn in the side of this south side. It's Aurora across the way who are making things so difficult.
Well, they're an opportunistic team. We'll get the next circle. It centers up over towards Ulf here. But we already saw the location this team was playing in. He looks barren. He looks deadly. Suddenly, you've got 6 other teams looking your way. They have to hit these shots as teams make their entry.
Kiwu and DRX on the northwest side with 4. Flash on the north with 3. Those 2 teams have major access angles towards Ulf's position, but I don't know if they're going to be able to convert it. On the southwest side that we're on board with right now, Nick the Galaxy, who have been slow, trying to work the ground, looking to pick up the pace now with an opener knock to Ragnarok, and he will potentially be a weakness that Nick the Galaxy can exploit. They're playing his throw. Trying to keep this one going forwards. Kevin goes down to an 8 from Coops as they retreat to try and get the res onto Ragnarok. They won't be able to keep him safe. Ralph and Lord now charging forward. Coops to be the backup. They are isolated in this fight. No third parties, and the rest isn't there. He pops up, but will it be enough? Steps out with another angle. He goes immediately back down, and Coops enters the front door.
For Kike, at least, they got the sweetest little goodbye from one of our friends out there in the crowd. Pubg will go on no further. Flash from the distance. Ketch has eyes on. He knows he's playing on here. He knows he has to move. As you said, KRX moving on the sidelines. Obviously, there's an awkward area of the map to play. Difficult to get the right sidelines in position. Bose, the step up, sends a nade over the top. It looks off kilter though.
Oh, forces him out wide and into the sidelines, and then for barrels to do the dirty work. Binny not quite connecting. The shotgun is ringing out over the bonnet, nearly doing the work, but the explosion takes him down instead, and the rest of Flash looking to rally their support, but now it's just Tops in a 1 versus 1, I think, against Hoxie. But he whooped the RX, looking to keep things going, and Bose might be reservoir here. Hoxie kept out in the cold.
Hoxie moves forward. On the vehicle, but like you said, Tops and his boy Bose back up on his feet. Nate sent through, not cooked for very long. Looks to use it as more of a distraction, but it is on target. Almost hit the double. It's up towards the monster truck. Gonna use those vehicles. There's a little bit of cover here. The wheels, a great position to peek off the back of. You know what? QXC is reservoir. Only goes far, goes long.
Forces him to stay up close to the vehicle. Less opportunity for some solid nade angles. The bounce looks good, but it's only tickled. And he's stepping out wide. He's out in the open. Back to a nade, though. See there, under pressure. The monster truck keeping him safe. Another nade, another chance to find out, forces him wide. But this time, the shrapnel is just too much. And somehow, Hoxie keeps it together. But they wound, the RX.
Well, Hoxie just sending some lukewarm grenades. No intention at a single one finishing them off, but four of them, that'll do the trick. Aurora, carry on with Yol, as well as Top, still playing for Nigma Galaxy though, right? This is a game for them. Not only because they've made it quite far into this game, but because they have to. Further out the circle, trying to watch for teams coming in from this outside, which I think makes sense. Try and clear that area as much as possible.
Top is pretty isolated here, but then again, if Coops or Lord gets spotted, gets taken down by either Top or a player from Ult, it's going to be a little bit easier for him to find something. Catch has been spotted. That's coming through from the Ult. No, hang on a minute. Where is that coming from? I think that might be Ralph who's taking shots out of Catch, but Lord is going to fall down, and Top now can start to chime in, look to pick those points away. Indeed, he does. He gets that flush. He steals that point away. That is nasty for Nigma Galaxy. They lose another, and they're down to two. Ralph regroups with Coops, and Top sends away. They're now on the back of the queue.
Big sticky grenade out next. Aaron.
He's charging forwards. Kelsey wants the res onto Aaron as the rest of Ulf are taking damage. That's coming through from across the way. Aurora, maybe even Q with the RX. But can Q get the angle? He turns around, confirms the points, and into the fight he goes.
This is the missing spearhead of the spear for Nigma Galaxy. He will finally go down. We almost saw him there in the picture-in-picture. A tiny smile on his face, despite that being one of the most insanely pressured moments for any player to be in. And Ulf is taken down by a KRX, 9 elims on the game. It's a strong one for them, currently in second place and looking to take first after this all does conclude. They've got to deal with Aurora, who have been once again immortal in this match.
Top and Ziol have just been marauding around these east side hills for so long, and they're actually now playing fairly close together. These nades, the peak angles, with the position it takes on the circle, the no closes dead center. He's going to have to lead first. So when does he do it? He might have to try and figure out something now.
Into a 2v2 here. Ziol wraps around. The fact that Aurora's played on the north side, they played back down towards the south. They have made a lot of plays that other teams try to go for and were unsuccessful in. It is magnificent, but they are down to limited materials. Nades, 2 smokes, 3 nades on top. He's going to try and move around the sides. He can get towards the shack here.
Smart. I mean, they saw that rotate from Hoxie, and Top was trying to get that off angle, but now has to step back in as Hoxie's putting Ziol under pressure. Top yet to step into the firing line, but draws the attention and disengages the fight.
This is good from KRX, so I love the layering with the vehicles. Have to be done there to ensure that KRX obviously shut themselves up in towards first. It's a really good game so far from KRX over the 2 matches. I think what we've got to take from this is the consistency these boys have been able to put out compared to other teams, but Aurora certainly shows that these guys are here to play.
Goodness me, such a problem on that east side. Their crowning moment, what an unfavorable position. Really do about it at that stage, but what a pressure that those 2 players have.
It's that fear factor sometimes that can be awkward to play around. Not a single moment was there where we didn't see KRX under basically the hydraulic press of those 2 players, constantly switching positions, constantly making it very, very difficult to work with. Even when they layered the vehicles, instantaneously Zol's ready and waiting to back them off those angles. Cool stuff, very, very cool stuff. And instantly after they backed off, instantly went elsewhere. So you immediately had no information once again. Again, that's that veteranship coming through from Aurora. They've played a lot of these moments before.
Absolutely. They know what they're doing. I mean, you could see how a woman was like, oh, we got to knock. Now I can do that exactly. They knew what they wanted to do. They delivered. Yep. They executed. And as a duo, they are still a terrifying force to behold over on Erangel and many, many other maps as well yet to come. That was really, really great stuff towards the end. I really enjoyed that finish. I think it was pretty classy.
It was very, very classy indeed. And for Ulf to go down to Coops, I mean, again, I'm super happy that Coops is here. He's an awesome player. It's great to see him at PMWC. Fourth Rise, I like gameplay. It felt like there was a little itsy bit of overconfidence there from Huzaifa as he went down towards that south side. I mean, fair enough to them. They're feeling themselves. I would much rather a team was feeling overconfident and pulled that back a little bit. But yeah, let's head over to an interview with Falak to see how he is doing today with PMWC 26. I'm with Falak, the man himself, and I want to talk about game one here. For that Rondo match as a whole. Because Erangel wasn't too impactful. Let's talk about Rondo. You guys were on the west side for quite a while. PK was north of you, and you were a little bit stuck in there, but you kind of made a good meal of it. So, what was the game plan for Thrives in those moments?
Our game plan was pretty simple from the start. That we have 4 drop, take kills, and just scout. Like whichever place are free, we were just scouting and rotating according to that.
Okay, so I mean, in that game, 9 eliminations for Falak here, looking for an MVP or those kinds of performances, or is it going to be the Falak show alongside Thrives?
Yeah, I mean, it will be a problem for other players if I be consistent. Then yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Falak, for joining us here. I'll let you get back to your team. Obviously, plenty more games to come here at PMWC at AWC 26. That is Falak here from Thrives.
To regroup in an unfavorable scenario, which has led to them losing a player. And it put them under a lot of pressure. They are in nade range now from Aurora, who can start to levy this central position.
I mean, the more nades thrown at Aurora, the ones that don't hit, just bring more divots for them to play in towards. So it's not the worst thing in the world. Eventually, the player also brought out off the back of this one. Circle did shift back over towards the western side, which Orangutan's quite happy with, playing over towards the northwest. If he starts to lose throughout the entirety of that game. This one is because a few teams did do a few fumbles here and there, especially Flash. I feel like if Flash take up that hilltop, no way Aurora.
Opposite direction, right? We had Zeol on that anchor point in the middle of zone, then you had Top running around fending off Enigma Galaxy going, hey, you don't want to come up here, I promise it's going to be bad news for you if you do. He did the exact same thing.
Much going on there, and Aurora, the duo from Zeol and Top, forced them to stay in that third-party position. Want to push back up. They might have had a better time of it, though, to be honest, because nobody from down below was going to push them. Huzaifa had overcommitted, and they just weren't quite able to gain that momentum back. 4 elims, not that many placements. That's not how you want to try and convert. And when you look at themselves up against Four Thrives. Funnily enough, on that move, maybe slamming straight into Gike's position. We've got Kiwu. To hold their northwestern side, trying to keep themselves alive.
Oh. I think for all gamers, it has just been a very slow game, which has led to little information. They're going to have to bank on having some strong gameplay going forward to try and cut a hole in the side of this circle. That's a fast rotate for both, though, John.
They are moving at pace, at speed. In they go, split. At pace, at speed, in they go, splitting the difference and not really running into too much competition on that move.